good afternoon, good morning, and today I have something very interesting. This is an activity that I do on most weekends, just to understand what sectors are doing well, what sectors we need to focus on for bull, bear, and make a small list that I can keep looking at for the rest of the week. This is mostly for trading purposes that I use, but you can of course go ahead and tweak it and figure out how to use this. Right. What you can see on the screen is top-down approach, and this is on shelf. You'll get it. I'll put this in the description so that you can go ahead and check it. This is only for Define Edge DMAT account holders that can access it. But nonetheless, we'll have a quick chat on what the top-down approach is, and then how to go about it. Right? Top-down approach. This is by Prashant, and in top-down approach, we compare uh, the sector to a benchmark. You can keep a Nifty 50, Nifty 500, or even do a multi-denominator, and then check that. Right. That's what we're going to have a look at. Now, what are some of the rules that we can check? Is they've given a small checklist here. Let's have a quick look at it. A broad market index is bullish. You check against the broad market index. Identify a sector displaying relative strength. This is a core concept of relative strength analysis. And then you check uh, the stock displaying against the sector, which we will have a look at, and check if breadth is favorable. Right, breadth, and we are going to use relative strength. Right. Now, this is the basic structure. You do asset analysis, and then you do group analysis, and then you do sector, and you do stock. In this case, we've slightly tweaked it. We're going to do sector analysis. We're going to check the breadth of the sector, and then we are going to dig into the bull side or the bear side of the stock analysis. Right? I've slightly tweaked this for my need. You can go back and do asset analysis as well. That is Nifty 50 equity. You can do gold on Nifty 50. You can do currency and bonds. Right? That is an asset analysis. There's a video with Define Edge, and you can definitely watch that. But here we are going to do something like this. Right. So firstly, it says, is equity favorable? Of course, you do your asset analysis, and that's where this comes. Is equity favorable or not? But this is what we are going to do. Outperforming index, outperforming sector, outperforming stock. But we're going to do outperforming sector. What is the breadth of the sector and the outperformance of these stocks, or underperformance for bearish? Right. Now, this is something that I've already done because it does consume a lot of time. I'm going to show you how to do it, but I'm not going to sit and do this. Right. You come to RS scanners, and then you come to top down approach scanner. This thing opens up, and then here I've chosen EQW, which is equal weighted indexes, that is there. And then here I've chosen NSE and Define Edge all sectors. Right. I want it to be done on multi time frame, which is by default given here as 0.25 and 1%. And the denominators chosen are Nifty 50 and Nifty 500. Right. Price on Nifty, price of 0.25 with denominator 1, denominator 2, and this gives you a total price at 1%, relative strength of denominator 1 at 1%, and relative strength of denominator 2 at 1%. And what's the total score? Total score is simple. You get +3 when it's completely outperforming, and you get -3 when it's completely underperforming. And this is the same for all. And the max score you can get is +18 or -18, because you have price, denominator 1, denominator 2. There are three things that we are checking. Right. So in this case, when I chose a multi-denominator, and I chose Nifty 50 and Nifty 500, and I scanned it, these are the results that I got. Let's take. I'd like to take 15 and above in my consideration. That is the 80%. Right. So that is what I take. Basically, it's nothing. I'm Why particularly 80% is because it's a simple Pareto rule. The top 80% will be in the 20%, and this is what I'm using. Right, which is why 15 and above I take, And here as well, minus 15 and below, I will consider to go and check in detail. Now, what are the outperforming indices or sectors that we are looking at? We're looking at CPSE, commodities, cement, infrastructure, power, tobacco, alcohol, transformers, energy, PSC, service sector, and forgings. These are the top 11 that I will keep a track of. And then what happens here is you need to go in and check, and this is the relative strength chart that is coming. You can see it was in a downtrend. Now it has slightly shifted its stance, right? There is a triple top buy here, and there is a bear trap as well. So this is how it is calculating. If you want to really go to the depth of it, please, I think Definage has done quite a bit of work on this, and you can have a look at it. But in terms of concept, now I know there are these 10 or 11 that are in my watch list. Now the next part of this is I've identified the strong sectors. Let's have a look at the weak sectors, which is the, you know bottom 12: infrastructure, metal, batteries, footwear, financial services, food, mining, laminates, decoratives, oil, plastic, and Nifty 50 index. What I see here is, what this gives me is, when the market is, the general notion at the market right now is bullish. Suddenly everybody thinks it's bullish, right? But the story here, with an objective approach to find the real underlying message, right? Nifty 50 index and financial services, which is almost equivalent to bank Nifty, is giving me a bearish move, right? So this is something that we'll need to keep a tab on. Now we've understood what are the top top 10 12 against the top 10 12 or the bottom 10 12. I have done this because it takes a really long time, but I will again show you how to do it. What are the conditions? Everything is default. I have not touched anything here. NSE sectors. We come to breadth scanner, and everything is default. One is NSE sectors, one is, the second chart you will see is definite sectors, right? Because of the weight, I had to do it in separate tabs, but the first one is NSE, second one is definage. Now let's have a look at what we saw here. CPSC, right? CPSC below average. That means it's a bearish crossover, right? Now commodities. I'm going to do a two or three commodities. The only thing is FMCG is above average, but breadth is in extreme, highly extreme zone. So there's nothing that I see in breadth for NSC sectors that we are looking at. There's nothing above average, right? There's no fresh crossover and what's happening here in the X% breadth. In definite sectors, you can see above average in cable and chemical dye prints. Majority of them, you can see, I can keep scrolling and you will see, I think this is about 60 65 definite sectors and 20 25 NSE sectors. The market is in a bearish zone. This is a very simple breadth analysis for me. How many of them are above and below their averages in terms of breadth? And clearly the market is not giving me a positive vibe to have a look at, right? Now this is very simple. We got it. Now I know I'm not going to look at the bullish side. In fact, I'm going to look at the bearish side. Now infrastructure, metal, right? Financial services and Nifty 50 index, right? Now let's take infrastructure. This is where I'm going to do the top down. Infrastructure, I'm going to do NSC, going to do infra, 0.25 and 1%. Denominator will be Nifty 50 and Nifty 500 because I don't have, um, actually I think I can try. Nifty infra is there. So I've taken Nifty 50 and the infra. So it should be underperforming its sector as well as the broader benchmark, which is Nifty 50. And it's a multi denominator and multi time frame analysis. Let me have a quick check. There are 30 stocks here. We are going to look for bearish opportunities. And similarly, the other one is metal index. Let's run metal as well, so that when we come back, that will be ready. This is metal, and this will be Nifty metal, multi-denominator, and scan. This is done and ready. Let's have a look at the weak stocks, right? Here below 15, we don't touch. So you have Ashok Leyland and Indus Tower. Let's have a quick look at these stocks. It's a nice ABC and it's broken out, right? This is on daily 0.25. You can then go back and do your own analysis of going deeper and digging deeper and how to do this. This is a strong area. The relative strength, this is a relative strength chart, but it is a heading downwards. Indus Tower, it is in an ABC. I wouldn't short this till it goes below this. So Indus Tower, I'm going to probably let it go, because this, at least this anchor column, needs to be taken out. Till then the bullish anchor column is active. So not going to touch these. Good. What is the other one that we were looking at? I can go everything, but I will do only financial services and Nifty 50. Then you can use this concept and go further, right? If it works out for you. Financial services index, and uh, I can do financials. I can do Nifty Fin Service as multi-denominator. Let me look at the metal index and the weakers till 15, right? JSL, National Aluminium, Hind Copper. It's an immediate follow through. It's a huge anchor column. It's extremely underperforming, right? You can see here the red columns are huge and compared to green columns. So JSL is looking weak compared to both its index itself against and Nifty 50. This as well has now broken out, but again, I wouldn't really short this, because there is an anchor column that's standing here. Until this anchor column is taken out, it's not the best. So JSL we have here, and let's see Hind Copper. Hind Copper is now in lower territory. This was the area that it had broken out, and it has retested here and has made a lower low. So Hind Copper here, JSL in this, in let's see, in financial services. Let me put Nifty 50 here. Okay, Nifty 50, and it's let me do this on Nifty 500, and uh, so actually let's do it on Nifty 50 and Nifty 500. Okay, this is the financial services. We don't have anything that I can have a look at, but ICICI truly is something that you can keep a tab on. The final thing is the index that we are going to watch. In the meanwhile, let's just have a quick look at uh, two. Let's see what price action for JSL and Hind Copper. JSL's looking at open are 528 and 459, and on 1% as well, it's given me this open vertical count of 487 and 391. Right, Hind Copper quickly. Hind Copper price action is still there. So I think on 0.25, it's till the double bottom sell 215, till 215, below 215 it closes. I'm not really looking at Hind Copper. We had a look at Ashok Leyland and Indus Tower. This again, I'm going to skip it for the time being till it closes below. This is simple, guys. That's pretty much everything, but I would sit and do the entire the 11 12 that we saw, right? So below this double bottom cell here is my entry for 290 and 250, right? A double bottom cell is what I want. Let's see what has happened to our Nifty 50s, 18, 17 till 15. ITC, M&M, Dr. Reddy, Zomato, Wipro, Infi. They're looking weak. Let's just have a quick look at a couple of them. Infi, what's my price action and relative strength? Relative strength is down. Price action is within. Price action has now come below this as well. So 1470 is what this looks like, and even on 1% it's down, and relative strength on Nifty 50 and Nifty 500 is down as well. And let's pick the last one for the day. Let's pick Zomato. This has been everybody's favorite for some time now. Price action given me a double bottom sell. Relative strength is anchor column immediate follow through. There's huge underperformance here, and the double bottom cell is 201 201. Below 201 will be a good entry point for Zomato, right? Well, this is the concept, and this is a very objective way of picking your stocks, picking your sectors, and staying in the right direction, staying in the right trend. With this you will not be on the wrong side of the market. Execution is something that we'll have to try and each one has their own ways of doing this. So execution is what we will have to sort of have a look at and figure out how to take those positions and stay with conviction, right? Do test this out, do share your thoughts. This is a very very quick overview of what we would do. I'm assuming you guys understand top down approach scanner. I'm assuming you have played around with this. If not, the process is simple. I will show it again. Come to our zone, come to relatives RS scanners, come to top down approach. This is what you will have a look at. You come to EQW, you choose your both the uh, NSE and define its sectors, leave them as Nifty 50, Nifty 500, use multi-denominator because we need multi-time frame and multi-denominator to get that much more, conviction in these. And then once you scan them, you understand which are the bullish sectors and which are the bearish sectors and what is the market doing, and basis that you can use breadth, and then you can go back and have a look at this, right? This is a very very simple structure, not complex, but does give me a good yield, because I don't have to spend hours and hours checking which sector's strong, which sector's weak, what's happening. Why do I have to? If you want to play more, closer, you go to 12 or 13, not below 13 or 12. 12 is the lowest that I think you should be looking at. And then you tweak it, you make your changes. Do share very interesting insights so that all of us can learn, all of us can make use of this community and grow together, right? uh, Thank you. I think this is one of a kind video that what I do on the weekends I've shared, and I'm more than happy to take any feedback, suggestions, thoughts, anything you have. Thank you and see you soon.